Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there? Or maybe you've noticed that remembering names isn't as easy as it used to be? Well, what if I told you that what's on your plate right now could be either protecting your brain or slowly destroying it? Today, I'm going to reveal 5 common foods that scientists have discovered can accelerate memory loss and increase your risk of Alzheimer's. And here's the shocking part. You probably have at least 3 of them in your kitchen right now. But don't worry, because I'm also going to share exactly what you should be eating instead to keep your mind sharp and your memories intact for years to come. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to transform your grocery list into a powerful shield against cognitive decline. So stick around, because what you're about to learn could literally save your memories. Introduca. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there? Or maybe you've noticed that remembering names isn't as easy as it used to be. Well, what if I told you that what's on your plate right now could be either protecting your brain or slowly destroying it? Today, I'm going to reveal 5 common foods that scientists have discovered can accelerate memory loss and increase your risk of Alzheimer's. And here's the shocking part. You probably have at least 3 of them in your kitchen right now. But don't worry, because I'm also going to share exactly what you should be eating instead to keep your mind sharp and your memories intact for years to come. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to transform your grocery list into a powerful shield against cognitive decline. So stick around because what you're about to learn could literally save your memories. Texto principle. I was talking to my neighbor Margaret the other day. She's 68, and she told me something that really hit home. She said her biggest fear isn't dying, it's forgetting who her grandchildren are. Can you relate to that feeling? That fear of losing yourself, your memories, your identity? Well, here's what most people don't realize. Every single meal you eat is either feeding your brain or starving it. And the crazy thing is, some of the foods we've been told are healthy for decades are actually doing more harm than good when it comes to our cognitive health. Let me ask you something. When was the last time your doctor sat down with you and really explained how food affects your brain? It's probably never, right? That's because most doctors get less than 20 hours of nutrition education in all their years of medical school. But the research is crystal clear. And today, I'm going to break it down for you in a way that actually makes sense. So let's start with the first food. You need to stop eating if you're over 60, and this one's going to surprise you. It's margarine. And those processed vegetable oils that everyone switched to thinking they were being healthy. Remember when butter was the enemy and margarine was supposed to save us all from heart disease? Well, it turns out we had it backwards. It's processed. Oils are loaded with trans fats and omega-6 fatty acids that create inflammation in your brain. And here's what's really scary. Inflammation in the brain is like rust on metal. It slowly corrodes your neural pathways and makes it harder for your brain cells to communicate with each other. Think about it this way. Your brain is about 60% fat, so the quality of fats you eat directly impacts the quality of your brain tissue. When you consume these artificial fats, you're literally building your brain with inferior materials. It's like trying to build a house with rotting wood instead of solid lumber. How long do you think that house would last? Now, instead of margarine, what should you be using? Good old-fashioned butter from grass-fed cows, extra virgin olive oil, and coconut oil. These natural fats actually protect your brain cells and help maintain the integrity of your neural membranes. Moving on to the second. Food, and this one breaks my heart because I know how much we all love it. White bread and refined grains. Now, I'm not saying you can never have a piece of bread again, but here's what happens when you eat white bread. It spikes your blood sugar faster than eating pure table sugar. Can you believe that? And when your blood sugar spikes, it triggers a cascade of events that damages your brain. High blood sugar levels create something called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs for short. And these AGEs are like little molecular scissors that cut up the proteins in your brain. Have you ever noticed how you feel foggy or tired after eating a big sandwich on white bread? That's your brain struggling to function under the assault of all that processed flour. And over time, these repeated spikes in blood sugar can actually shrink your hippocampus, which is the part of your sorrow, and which is the part of your brain responsible for forming new memories. Is that piece of white toast really worth risking your ability to remember your grandchild's birthday? Instead of white bread, switch to sprouted grain bread or sourdough made with ancient grains. These alternatives release their sugars slowly, giving your brain a steady supply of energy without the damaging spikes. And here's a tip. Always eat your carbohydrates with some protein or healthy fat. This slows down the absorption even more and protects your brain from those harmful sugar rushes. The third food is going to be tough for some of you, especially if you're like me and grew up thinking this was a healthy choice. Diet sodas and artificial sweeteners. I know what you're thinking, but there's no sugar in diet soda. How can it be bad for my brain? Well, let me tell you what the research shows. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame actually excite your brain cells to death. They're called excitotoxins for a reason. They overstimulate your neurons until they literally burn out. Plus. And this is fascinating. Studies have shown that people who drink diet sodas daily have a 3 times higher risk of developing dementia. 3 times. That's not a small increase. That's massive. And here's something else to consider. Artificial sweeteners trick your brain into craving more sweet foods, which leads to overeating and weight gain. And excess weight is another risk factor for Alzheimer's. Do you see how everything is connected? Oh, what? Should you drink instead? Water, of course, but I know that's boring. So try sparkling water with a splash of real fruit juice, herbal teas, or green tea, which is actually protective for your brain. Green tea contains compounds called catechins that can cross the blood-brain barrier and act like little shields protecting your neurons from damage. Asterisk. Now, the fourth food is probably in your refrigerator right now, and you might eat it every single day. Processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, lunch meats, and sausages. I know, bacon is delicious. But here's the problem. These meats are loaded with nitrites and nitrates, which convert to nitrosamines in your body. And nitrosamines are directly toxic to your brain cells. They actually interfere with your brain's ability to use glucose for energy, which is like trying to run your car without gasoline. Have you ever wondered why rates of Alzheimer's have skyrocketed in the last 50 years? Well, guess what else has skyrocketed? Our consumption of processed meats. The average American now eats 50 pounds of processed meat per year. That's 50 pounds of brain-damaging chemicals entering your body annually. Is that morning bacon really worth potentially losing your independence later in life? Instead of processed meats, choose fresh organic meats from grass-fed animals. Wild-caught fish is even better, especially fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, which are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. These omega-3 salts are like miracle workers for your brain. They reduce inflammation, improve communication between brain cells, and can even help grow new neurons. How amazing is that? Your brain can actually grow new cells even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond if you feed it the right nutrients. The fifth and final food you need to eliminate might surprise you because it's often marketed as healthy. Sugary yogurts and flavored dairy products. That strawberry yogurt you had for breakfast probably contained more sugar than a candy bar. And all that sugar feeds harmful bacteria in your gut, which might not seem related to your brain. But here's the connection. Your gut produces about 90% of your body's serotonin, a crucial neurotransmitter for mood and cognitive function. When your gut is unhealthy, your brain suffers. Think about this for a moment. Have you ever had a gut feeling about something? That's because your gut and brain are in constant communication through something called the vagus nerve. When you eat sugary yogurts, you're disrupting this communication system and creating inflammation that travels straight to your brain. Plus, the artificial flavors and colors in these products are additional toxins your brain has to deal with. So what? Should you eat instead? plain full-fat Greek yogurt, or skyr with fresh berries and a drizzle of raw honey. The probiotics in real yogurt actually support brain health, and the protein helps stabilize your blood sugar. Okay. Add some walnuts or ground flaxseed for extra brain boosting. Omega-3 South, and you've got yourself a meal that's actually protecting your cognitive function instead of destroying it. Now, let me share something really important with you. Making these changes doesn't mean you have to be perfect. You don't have to throw out everything in your kitchen today and start from scratch. What matters is that you start making better choices most of the time. Can you commit to replacing just one of these foods this week? Maybe switch from margarine to olive oil or from white bread to sprouted grain bread. Small changes add up to big results over time. And here's what's really exciting. Your brain has an amazing ability to heal and regenerate when you give it the right nutrients. Studies have shown that people who switch to a brain-healthy diet can improve their memory and cognitive function in as little as 6 weeks. 6 weeks. That means by making these changes now, you could have a sharper, clearer mind by the holidays. Wouldn't that be an amazing gift to give yourself and your family? Let me tell you about something called neuroplasticity. It's your brain's ability to form new connections and pathways throughout your entire life. This means it's never too late to improve your brain health. Whether you're 60, 70, or 80, your brain is waiting for you to give it what it needs to thrive. Every meal is an opportunity to either support this incredible process or hinder it. Which will you choose? You know what's fascinating? The same foods that are good for your brain are also good for your heart, your joints, and your overall energy levels. It's like nature designed these foods to support our entire body as we age. When you eat wild salmon, for example, you're not just protecting your brain from Alzheimer's, you're also reducing your risk of heart disease, improving your mood, and even helping your skin look younger. How incredible is that? Have you noticed that I haven't mentioned anything about expensive supplements or complicated diets? That's because the solution is actually quite simple. Eat real food, the kind your grandparents would recognize. If it comes in a box with a long list of ingredients you can't pronounce, it's probably not good for your brain. If they grew in the ground or had a mother, it's probably going to support your cognitive health. Let me ask you this. What memories do you want to preserve the most? Is it your wedding day? The birth of your children? That amazing vacation you took? Well, every food choice you make is either protecting those precious memories or putting them at risk. And I don't say this to scare you, but to empower you. Because unlike your genetics, which you can't control, your diet is completely within your power to change. Speaking of genetics, here's something that might surprise you. Having the Alzheimer's gene doesn't mean you're destined to get the disease. In fact, lifestyle factors like diet can actually turn these genes on or off. It's called epigenetics, and it means that your daily choices are more powerful than your DNA. So even if Alzheimer's runs in your family, you're not powerless. You can take control of your brain health starting with your very next meal. Now, I want to address something that I hear all the time, but eating healthy is expensive. Is it really, though? How much do you think memory care facilities cost? The average is over $5,000 per month, and that's not including medical expenses. Compare that to spending an extra few dollars on quality food now, which seems like the better investment. Plus, when you stop buying processed foods, diet sodas, and sugary yogurts, you'll actually save money that you can put toward better quality meats and produce. Here's another thing to consider. It's when you eat the foods I've mentioned to avoid. You're not just affecting your own brain. You're modeling eating habits for your children and grandchildren. They're watching what you eat and learning from your choices. By making these changes, you're not just protecting your own cognitive health, you're potentially saving future generations from the same fate. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? Let me give you a simple framework to remember all of this. I call it the BRAIN method. B stands for better fats like olive oil and butter. R is for real foods, not processed. A is for avoiding artificial sweeteners. I is for including omega-2,3 rich fish. And N is for natural, whole grains instead of refined ones. You remember brain? Of course you can, especially when you start feeding your brain properly. You might be wondering, how quickly will I see results? Well, some people notice improved mental clarity and energy within days of eliminating these harmful foods. Others might take a few weeks. Bye. But here's what the long-term research shows. People who follow a brain-healthy diet have up to a 53% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's. 53%. That's like cutting your risk in half just by changing what you eat. And it's not just about preventing Alzheimer's. These dietary changes can help with depression, anxiety, and general brain fog that so many people experience as they age. Have you been feeling more forgetful lately? Having trouble concentrating? Feeling mentally exhausted even after a full night's sleep? These could all be signs that your brain isn't getting the nutrition it needs. Think about your brain like a high-performance engine. You wouldn't put cheap, dirty oil in a luxury car, would you? So why would you put low-quality fuel in the most sophisticated organ in your body? Your brain deserves premium nutrition. And the good news is that premium doesn't have to mean complicated or expensive. Here's something practical you can do today. Go through your pantry and refrigerator and identify which of these 5 foods you have. Don't throw them out if you've already bought them. That's wasteful. But make a commitment that when they're gone, you won't buy them again. Replace them one by one with brain-healthy alternatives. This gradual approach is more sustainable than trying to change everything overnight. And please, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. If you're at a birthday party and there's cake, have a small piece and enjoy it. The problem isn't the occasional treat. It's the daily consumption of brain-damaging foods that creates the real risk. Life is meant to be enjoyed, and food is one of life's pleasures. The key is finding balance and making informed choices most of the time. I want to leave you with this thought. Your brain health is not just about you. It's about being present for your loved ones, maintaining your independence, and continuing to contribute your wisdom and experience to the world. How many more years of clear thinking and precious memories do you want? Because that's what we're really talking about here. Not just food, but quality of life. The choices you make today will determine whether you're playing with your grandchildren or struggling to remember their names 10 years from now. Whether you're traveling and enjoying retirement or confined to a care facility. Whether you're the sharp, witty person everyone loves to be around or someone who's slowly fading away. The power is in your hands, or rather, on your plate. So I challenge you to make one change this week. Just one. Maybe it's switching from margarine to olive oil. Maybe it's choosing water over diet soda. Maybe it's buying sprouted grain bread instead of white bread. Whatever it is, make that commitment to yourself right now. Your future self will thank you for it. Remember, it's never too late to start protecting your brain. Whether you're 60 or 80, your brain is incredibly resilient and responsive to positive changes. Every healthy meal is like a deposit in your cognitive bank account, building up reserves that will serve you well in the years to come. So what are you waiting for? Your brain-healthy journey starts with your very next meal. Listen, if you've made it this far in the video, that tells me you're serious about protecting your brain health. And I'm proud of you for that. Taking the time to educate yourself is the first step toward making real change. Now I need you to do me a favor. If this information has been helpful, if you've learned something new that could potentially save your memories and your independence, please hit that like button. It helps other people find this crucial information. And here's what I really want you to do in the comments below. Tell me which one of these 5 foods you're going to eliminate first. Is it the margarine, the white bread, the diet soda? Let me know, because when you make that public commitment, you're much more likely to follow through. Plus, you'll inspire others in our community to make positive changes too. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss our next video about the top 7 supplements that can actually reverse brain aging. Yes, you heard that right. Reverse brain aging. You're not going to want to miss that one. And if you're ready to dive deeper into brain health right now, There's a video popping up on your screen about the warning signs of early dementia that most doctors miss. Go ahead and click on it because knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better you can protect yourself. Remember, your brain health is in your hands, and you've got this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.